how much do you charge for your services? Now, I love this question too, because it gives you a chance to really maximize your income, something that I am all about, by the way. I am not here to tell you that as a VA, you need to be undercharging yourself, overworking yourself, and getting burned out. I want you to really maximize your services and present it to them in a way that's beneficial to the client. So before we talk about presenting rates, you need to do a little groundwork yourself, and you need to have a better understanding for what it is that you charge, how much you charge, and how you're presenting it to your client. For example, do you prefer to charge by the hour or a flat fee? There's no right or wrong reason here, and in fact, you can make up your own kind of package, whatever suits your own needs, but I do need you to think through it a little more. I'll give you a very quick, brief pro-con of hourly versus something like a monthly flat fee. Ooh. So for something like hourly, you charge only for what you work. It gives you a little more control over the hours that you work, when you work, where you're working, how much income you're charging for. Hourly might be nice for a client who maybe doesn't have full-time work for you or is concerned about keeping their budget fairly low. Those are some pros. Now, a con for hourly is that hourly does not give you any incentive to work very fast or very well. And the reason I say that is because if you are an expert in social media management and you manage to queue up 30 posts over 30 days and you do the whole thing in 1 hour, that's a lot of work and brain power and knowledge that you've learned along the way that you should be getting compensated for, that you can only charge 1 hour for. So think about it this way. If you charge $30 an hour and you breeze through some social media posts for a client, you made 30 bucks, great. But if there was somebody less of an expert as you and it took them 5 hours, they're making a lot more money. They don't have the same expertise as you. They don't understand social media management as well as you do. But because they're not as good as you, it took them 5 hours to plan out a month of content. So they're making 5 times as much money as you are, even though you are in fact the expert. So hourly is okay, and if it's right for you because of your schedule or the people you're working with are on a particular budget, then that's great. But just be mindful that you're really taking care of your time, tracking your time wisely, and ensuring that you're capturing every minute that you're working. Or you could present something like a flat fee or a monthly fee or a retainer. Now, if you do go the retainer route, retainer typically means that the client pays upfront for your services. This is not super typical in the virtual assistant industry. I find that it's more found in creative services like website design, graphic design. For VAs, however, turning that kind of retainer on its head and charging a flat monthly fee is also a great option. And this is something that I do for my clients as well. So what you can do to come up with your own monthly rate is consider what your ideal hourly rate is. And if you have that hourly rate set already or you have a rate in mind, wonderful. If you don't, I recommend you get on Google and you look up other virtual assistants rates. So find other VAs who are doing the same kind of services as you and look at their websites, look on their social media, see if you can find any of their rates online. And then I argue price yourself similarly, if not a little bit higher, because pricing yourself higher sets you apart from that group. And bonus, clients often feel like they're getting more bang for their buck, more specialty services, the higher the price is. Like, it's crazy. Psychologically, if they pay $10 for a VA or $40 an hour for a VA and you guys both do the same amount of work and it's both just as good, the clients are going to be happier with the $40 an hour because in their mind, they have to rectify the fact that they've just spent a lot more money. They're going to rate your services higher. It's a wild thing, but it's a real psychological thing. So I argue if you're just setting your rates, look at the ballpark figures, if you're a brand new VA who does general services and other new general VAs are charging somewhere between $20 to $25, consider setting your rates at $25 or $30 an hour. So just eke yourself up a little bit higher to help set yourself apart from the competition. Okay, so that's for hourly. And if you want to turn that into something for monthly rates, what I recommend doing is asking your client how much time they anticipate needing you per month. So it might go something like this. They'll say, how much do you charge for your services? And you'll say, well, I can present you a monthly package based on how much time you need. At which case they may say, okay, I'm looking for general services. I think I'll need you probably 20 to 30 hours a month. That's just a couple hours a day. That's great for you. You can actually multiply your hourly rate by the hours that they need you. Let me get out my trusty calculator because I cannot do that math right now. So if you are at $30 an hour and your client wants to contract you for 30 hours a month, you can say to them, great, in that case, I will charge $900 per month, payable on the first of every month. When talking about your rates, a lot of clients will also ask you if you offer discounts or if you're flexible on your rates. And that's really up to you to decide. Don't be alarmed if they ask you, and there's no right or wrong answer because they are a business and you are a business. However, I do find that a lot of VAs tend to be a little too flexible. Do not forget that you yourself are a business. You're a business owner and you are running a business. You are not in the business of bending over backwards and dropping your rates very low so that you can work with clients. You're in the business of providing a great service, and people who respect your rates and what you offer will pay those rates. So if you do present to them, hey, I do a monthly plan at 30 hours a month, it's going to be $900 a month. If they ask you things like, do the hours roll over if they don't use their time in that month, or do they offer discounts if they sign up for several months at one time? That's really up to you. I say don't do it. But again, if you feel more comfortable or you feel like you want to give your clients a special offer or special thanks, or if you want to give them some incentive for maybe signing up for 6 months or a year in advance, if they pay 6 months in advance, maybe they get a 10% discount. Whatever it is, you need to decide what your payment parameters are. And again, like so many other answers, there's no right or wrong answer here either.